For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Welcome to round 22 of the RAA National Premier League South Australia tonight. The 2026 regular season will conclude and we'll learn who will be this year's premiers Who will win that one Australian Championship slot for SA, and who will take part in the final series for a chance to become the 2026 champions? The two sides getting ready to kick off here in a moment ticked all of those boxes between them last year. It's the 2025 Premiers MetroStars versus the 2025 champions Croydon FC in a Grand Final 2025 rematch to finish the regular season. We have 6 games kicking off concurrently tonight, so let's talk about the ladder. Two sides are still in the premiership race. Adelaide City are in first place, and with a win tonight against FK Beograd, currently in 4th, they'll secure the premiership and book their ticket to the 2nd Australian Championship. If they don't win, however, though, West Torrens Bacalla, who sit in 2nd, can claim the title should they take 3 points against West Adelaide. MetroStars currently sit in 3rd. They have a chance to overtake West Torrens Bacalla with a win. Top spot is out of reach, but jumping into the top 2 will give them automatic passage into the semis and make them one of the teams that'll make up the final 4 in the race. For Croydon, tonight is about locking up 6, the finals qualifying spot. 3 points will be enough to achieve that and give them a chance to fight for back-to-back championships. Let's have a look at how MetroStars will line up tonight under coach Adam Van Dommel, who was announced this week to have signed on for another 2 years as the coach of MetroStars after taking over from Danny Greystone during the pre-season this year. And tonight, just one change. In comes Michael Chittadini. Donny Niankuru dropped to the bench. Croydon only picked up a single point at home against Sturt Lions last week. George DeSonis has made just one change. In comes James Polly. Out goes Thomas Mastrantoni. Our referee tonight is Jaden Betterman. Assistants, Zach Britton, Jackson Carmen. As we said, a full night of games, all kicking off concurrently. We'll go through them in just a moment. But as we said, 7 o'clock, all kicking off at the same time. So by the end of tonight, we will know who will top the ladder for the 2026 RAA NPLSA. I was going to talk about the HBG Homes State League 1 because that game is just wrapping up as we speak. We saw an 85th minute goal from Adelaide Croatia Raiders against Adelaide Olympic, and it looks like they've all but secured that position to go up to the 2027 RAA NPLSA. So again, we'll talk now about the other games that are going to be kicking off at 7 o'clock this afternoon. FK Beograd will host Adelaide City. Para Hills will host Adelaide Comets. We know the fate of those two sides. Both will be taking part in the State League 1 next year, but still plenty of pride to play for. Sturt Lions will host Campbelltown. West Adelaide will host Playford City, and West Torrens Bacalla will host Adelaide United Youth. Two teams getting ready to enter the pitch. Again, all the games are live on FSA Leagues at the moment, so you can always get the split screen happening and keep an eye on all 6 games that are happening tonight. We mentioned at the start, just one slot is available for the Australian Championships, and it goes to the team that tops the ladder out of SA. Of course, it was MetroStars last year that represented us. They're out of the race this year, so won't get a chance to try better last year's effort. Of course, they did get out of the group stage. It's Adelaide City's to win with a victory tonight, although if should they stumble, West Torrens Bacalla do still have a chance to steal that spot from them. Both teams lining up, getting ready to go. Croydon have been pretty consistent with their lineup over the back half of the season. Not a whole lot of movement where possible. As we said, just the one change going into tonight. James Polly coming into the side. Will be the more favoured at left back. But quite a few of the big players out for MetroStars. We've still got Noah McNamara, who was had their highest games played tally for them last year. It's either the highest or might have been one of the top 2. Captain, of course, Jackson Walls is still absent as well. Jesse Francesca is absent at the moment, as is Cam Woodfin. Of course, he missed the start of the season, but he came in alongside another player that's going to be starting tonight, Arby Mollis, who seems to be in fine form since finding his fitness and coming back into the side. And another interesting storyline for these two teams. Should they finish in the current ladder position in 3rd and 6th, they will face each other next week in the first round of the finals. And as we said, it's a grand final rematch from last year. And in recent times, we saw Croydon FC knock MetroStars out of the Australia Cup race. Last time they met in the RAA NPLSA, MetroStars did get the edge over Croydon. But of course, this match and potentially next week, if they do meet again, these are the big ones that they have to win. At the moment, it is Croydon that have bragging rights after they dethroned last year's premiers and secured that 2025 championship. Jaden Betterman, our referee, will get us underway in just a moment. In round 22 of the RAA NPLSA. Andre Carl in the centre of the pitch. Going to get play underway for us. MetroStars, of course, in the red kit with black shorts, kicking from right to left. Goes over the head of Visser, which at this early stage he looks to be playing on the right-hand side, which is interesting. He's got Michael Cittadini behind him as well. But now there's a dash happening down the near side. Sam Vizzi comes into Carl, ball just passes behind him, but it's won by Croydon. Trimboli. Styles goes to ground, but play continues. Back to Lockie Bar. Cittadini puts it out. So the shape of MetroStars, an interesting one. Their lineup was quite consistent last year. It's changed a little bit in recent weeks. And at the moment, Michael Cittadini is sitting in the right back position. Visser, who spent most time this year playing at left wing, seems to be playing on the right-hand side so far. Now it's Passia John advancing, though, on the right for Croydon. Good vision from Martinello to spot Slattery. Goes all the way back to Muller. Links up with Styles just ahead of Andre Carl, who scored that late heartbreaking goal for Croydon against the side he joined just a few months later, MetroStars. So facing his old team tonight, Andre Carl did suffer a little bit of time out of the side due to injury this year, but back in now. We saw at his best this year. We saw him leading the title race. Probably a little bit out of his reach at the moment, but he'd love to get a big tally against his former side in this back half of the season. First corner of the match, and it's going to be taken by Ned Styles. Two minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Styles will send this goalward. Goes just over the head of Bolmaport. It's cleared. Here's Lukasz Klimek. Styles has to get his skates on, but he does get there in time, just ahead of Visser. Chance for Croydon, and it sails over the crossbar. And it looks like we are underway in the other games happening at the moment now in round 22 of the RAA National Premier League South Australia. Chat to a local who backed you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Klimek clears it hurriedly, but Bolmaport will get there. Finds Yuya Kato. Trimboli. Saved by Cody Ostrike, and Bolmaport gets another touch, but just falls wide of that upright. MetroStars maybe get away with it in this instance. Strike finds the head of Carl, but it goes out for a Croydon throw-in. It'll be James Polly to take. Oliver Trimboli heads it down to the feet of Visser. Visser is still lingering on that right-hand side at the moment, so that'll be interesting to watch. Christian Satira seems to be taking the left at the moment, and Vizzy's quite high on the left-hand side of attack for Metro. Harvey Mollis goes back to Jackson Fortunato. Here's Lockie Barr. Mollis finds Fortunato under the pressure of that high press from Croydon. Satira gets second best of that one, but Gow's there to help him out. Now it's Vizzy on that left-hand side. He's got options in the middle. Carl winds up, takes the shot, and just goes over the crossbar. So one opportunity each thus far. Last time these two teams met was in round 11 of the competition to finish off the first round of matches. In that instance, it was MetroStars that got the 3-2 win. Croydon, of course, early in the season, knocked MetroStars out of the Australia Cup race very early with a 4-1 win at home. Of course, the last time they met before that, that 2025 RAA NPLSA Grand Final. Croydon getting the win 2-1. Despite Cameron Woodfin equalising in the 91st minute, it wasn't over because Andre Carl, wearing the opposite shirt tonight, equalised thanks to a Passia John assist in the 92nd. Vizzy on the move again, but it goes out for a Croydon throw-in. Now it looks like we've got a couple of score updates already. In fact, we got 3 of them at this very early stage. I can tell you, Adelaide City, who are playing to lock up the title tonight, are already in the lead away at Frank Mitchell against FK Beergrad. They lead 1-0 in the 8th minute, as do Campbelltown away at Sturt Lions. Playford City currently lead West Adelaide at Kilburn as well. So again, we'll keep you up to date with all of those, but big picture is that top 3. Adelaide City, West Torrens Bacalla, MetroStars. So still all 0-0 between West Torrens Bacalla and Adelaide United. That's a fascinating one because a lot of players for Adelaide United currently in Holland taking part in the Otten Innovation Cup, the under-19s competition. So a huge amount of lineup changes expected in that particular one. West Torrens Bacalla absolutely going in as the favourites in that one, especially at home at Jack Smith Park, where they've had quite a record this season, but who knows what the young Reds will potentially do. Klimek finds Passia John. He's got Styles in the middle, but backs himself with his footwork. Eventually finds Styles. Here's Polly. Slattery. Styles puts it into the edge of the box, but Lajeka's waiting there and clears. Still not out of danger. Passia John takes on Satira. Vizzy there rather is just keeping him at bay and eventually puts it out for another Croydon throw-in. As much run up as they can possibly get for this throw-in, which is cleared by Bart Chittadini. Plays it to the feet of Styles and ends up being a bit of a wasteful ball from James Polly, and it'll be MetroStars throwing. Jackson Fortunato will take it. Carl flicks it to Visser, who goes back to Chittadini, who sends a nice ball forward to Satira. It spills though. Polly back to Muller. All the way back to Daniel Margush. Thumps it long. Bar wins the header against Trimboli. The loose ball goes the way of Croydon, but the whistle has gone. It's been called offside. Margush likes the option in the left-hand side in Slattery, but foot race happening against Fortunato now, and throw-in will go the way of Metro. On the bench for MetroStars tonight, Vincent Barbaro, who was just in frame at the moment, the backup keeper. It's been called into action on a couple of different occasions this year. In fact, he was subbed on in that game at Adelaide City Park where Cody Ostreich suffered a head knock. So he's the backup keeper. He sits alongside Binyam Kabidi, Joseph Terminello, Scott Nagel, Donny Niakuru and Nicholas Petticini. On the bench for Croydon FC, it's Cameron O'Doherty, Thomas Mastrantoni, who we mentioned started last week, young Angus Baker and Alexander Good. Just trying to figure out which player I missed out there, and it's Matthew Woiti, the backup keeper for Croydon. Those are what the two benches look like. No update on the scores in the other games since last time. Of course, Adelaide City, Campbelltown and Playford lead their games 1-0. All three away teams, interestingly. So, 0-0 at Para Hills and Adelaide Comets, and at Burks against Adelaide United. Cody Ostreich wants to play it on quickly. Just waiting for his options. The countdown from Jaden Betterman. And Ostreich opts to play it out with his feet. Visser links up with Vizzy. Options come in through the middle, including Visser. Andre Carl will go up for this, and it goes out. It'll be a goal kick. Interesting to see Visser back on the right-hand side. It's a position where I think he owned towards the end of the back end of the season. He's got a killer left foot and uses it so well with those runs he makes just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Opens up a little bit of space and launches it to great effect, but he's been deployed more off the left-hand side so far this year, and now it's Croydon on the attack. Takes a deflection from Blazeka. And Ostreich plays it out quickly. Here's Hamish Gout wearing the captain's armband tonight, as he has during Walls' absence for the last few months. Chittadini will keep it in. And Slattery comes in to put it out for a MetroStars throw-in. Carl wants it, gets it, he's dispossessed. Polly back to Muller, all the way back to Margush. Brought down by RB Mollis for MetroStars, but now it's Croydon FC on the attack again. Polly will go back to Martinello. Slattery. Back to Muller, then Bolmerport. Driving ball down the centre, and Styles may get a shot on. MetroStars players track back, and looked like the idea for Styles was to play into the path of Passia John, but either mishit or a miscommunication, and now it's MetroStars going forward. Goes to Carl, who miscontrols it. A couple little laughters between Carl and Muller. Minutes gone. Another goal to report as well. Campbelltown now 2-0 up against Dirt Lions. In terms of ladder implications, Campbelltown won't be able to make that top 6. In fact, it was a couple of weeks ago they were fighting to stay out of the relegation zone. Here's passage on. Plays it back to Martinello. Styles spots Polly. Sends it in. Passia John was making a bit of a run for it. Backs off and he's got Vizzy to get past. And it goes out for a Croydon corner. It's going back to that other game. Campbelltown on the live ladder. Currently sitting in 8th spot. Sturt Lions currently on 27 points, so one of the sides that would have been wanting to pick up all 3 on the off chance that Croydon would leave the door open tonight. Even if they did end up on equal points, there is a bit of a goal difference swing to overcome, but no choice but to show your best fight in this final round of the RAA NPLSA. Adelaide United in terms of the live ladder, currently sitting on 30 points. They are, of course, tied up with West Torrens Bacala at the moment in the 17th minute. So we mentioned the top 3. That little battle for the top 6 is the other one that we're watching. Realistically, it's Croydon FC and Adelaide United. Croydon FC, if they get 3 points tonight, it'll be out of reach. And here they come. Passia John. He goes down, but play continues. Here's Gow. Andre Carl wanted it in the middle and ends up being a little bit of a wayward ball. Maport sends it down the line. Just trying to serve something to Yuya Kato. Going through the bench for Croydon earlier, and I was positive that I'd still left one name out, and I did. Luca Trimboli sitting on the bench for Croydon FC. More starts, I believe, than Oliver so far this year, just in what I'm thinking from the memory, that the games that I've seen, but often those two players trade spots with each other. Chittadini comes in. Back to Gow. Ball sent central. And ultimately, it's Oscar Slattery that gets on the end of it. Harvey Wallace, right place, right time. Gives it to Chittadini. Gow comes in to assist. Lajeka feeds it to Visser, who's gone across to the left-hand side now. We've mentioned he seemed to have started on the right. Lajeka battling through traffic. Sends the ball forward, looking to be the vague direction of Andre Carl, but ends up being a loose ball that Daniel Margush can claim. Andre Carl lets that one go past him. And Croydon play out again. Slattery. Martinello wants it, and he goes central to Styles. Martinello finds Cato. Visser chasing him down and eventually wins the ball, but Fortunato will hurry himself along to get to that first and wins the throw-in for MetroStars. Lukasz Klimek tried to send it goalward, but it took a deflection along the way. Vissi sends it long. Carl's first touch is good. Beats Martinello and finds Visser on the opposite side. He's got Mollis in the middle and Carl. Nice ball almost to Mollis. Ended up just being about half a yard in front and couldn't get to it. Harvey Mollis, of course, the sole goal scorer for MetroStars last week. Found the back of the net against Comets in the 56th. Comets, his former side, of course. The sole goal scorer for Croydon last week. Passia John in that 1-1 draw against Sturt Lions. Sturt found themselves in front in the 28th minute before John equalised in the 39th, and that's the way it stayed all the way to 90. In terms of the recent form for both these teams, it's been patchy. The draw 2 weeks ago for MetroStars against Adelaide United, a loss against FK Beograd 2 weeks ago for Croydon. Last wins, aside from last week's for Metro, of course. It was a 3-1 victory for Metro at home against West Torrens Bacalla, and a 4-1 victory at home away for Croydon against Comets. Interestingly, the goal tally for these two sides, not a huge way away, despite Metro currently sitting in third and Metro in sixth, and Croydon in sixth rather, 51 and 67 respectively. The goals against is a little bit of a different story though. Goal difference for MetroStars currently 28. Croydon 7, so you can make the argument that Croydon have been a little bit leaky at the back, and I don't think that's anything that the coaching staff would disagree with. Croydon were just beaten on the ladder in the last round when Adelaide City claimed second spot. MetroStars, of course, locked up the league very early, but they've had a bit more of a fight up the top this year, and of course they won't be able to back it up. Been dominant in the league in the last few years, but the grand final will allude to them. I'd imagine they'd love to pick up a grand final victory just to add to their trophy cabinet, the thing that it's been lacking in the last few years. They've advanced very deeply in the Australia Cup. They took part in the first Australian Championship, numerous premierships, but that cup eludes them. And of course, last year it was Croydon FC that beat them to it. Vizzy. Carl jumps to try and get to it and ends up just going across the face of goal and put out for a corner. No changes in terms of goals in the last 5 minutes or so. We've still got Adelaide City leading. Actually, there is one. Adelaide Comets have scored one against Para Hills, but again, those positions, 11th and 12th, a little bit inconsequential with those two teams going down. But again, bragging rights are on the line as Gow sends it just beyond the back post. Ahead from Vizzy, I believe it was. It wasn't Vizzy because he's around about the halfway mark of the pitch. It was Lockie Barb. As Daniel Margush takes his goal kick in the 25th minute. Dumps it direct, and it's Fortunato that gets their head to it. Martinelli, though, can pick up the scraps. Here's Trimboli, Cato. But it's Fortunato that gets it first. It's a loose ball, though. As Stiles finds Slattery. Gets the cross off. And it's one that Passia John tries to run to pick up. He doesn't, but he's on the ball now. Tries to get past his marker, and now it's a loose ball in the 18-yard box, and Cittadini clears it. Andre Carl tussling with Port, and the ball just bobbling around. It's Carl that gets the better, but the slippery pitch gets the better of him, and the whistle has gone. Carl's on the ground. Jaden Betterman, our referee, going to have a little bit of a better look. The Croydon players seem to be pleading a case for something, but Betterman just telling them to move on a little bit. May have a better view of that at home where you're a little bit closer to the action via your camera position there. We're commentating from the opposite side. Some result of that will be a MetroStars free kick. Hamish Gow will retrieve the ball. As usual, it's Gow and Cittadini presiding over the ball. Cittadini, the favoured player with his right. Gow with his killer left. It'll be Cittadini who lobs it in and ends up just going all the way out, and it'll be another Croydon goal kick. Daniel Margush just taking his time. In terms of the general momentum of the match, I'd perhaps say it's generally favouring MetroStars, but not by a long margin. Croydon have looked threatening on the counter, and there haven't really been any clear-cut opportunities for Metro. Barr looking over his shoulder because Oliver Trimboli's there. Trimboli sends it towards Cody Ostrike, but the whistle has gone, and it'll be free the way of MetroStars. And the whistle goes again. Jaden Betterman's just pulled him on paw for a little bit of a talking to. .28 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RA8. Ostrike finds Blazeka. Swiftly plays it back. Fortunato. Croydon pressing high. Satira receives it on his chest, and a little bit of a slip along the way. Bit of a shout for handball from the Croydon bench below us. Here's Cittadini. Satira wants it again as he moves into a little bit of space. Chitta's got a fight on his hands against three players in white. And Metro switch it. Sent back central, and Bomberport gets the header ahead of Andre Carl. And now Croydon aim to play it out. Scrambling to do so though. Trimboli comes back to assist and plays it to Styles. Here's Slattery. And it goes out for a Croydon throw-in. James Polly, the man to take this. James Polly, the sole change coming into the starting 11 for Croydon FC. Temperature of this game just seems to have lifted in the last couple of minutes, and perhaps it was that little duel between Bomberport and Andre Carl that seems to have been the catalyst. There was that loose ball that Croydon were advancing along the left-hand side, and just a couple of the benches getting involved then. I did notice a big smile on Bomberport's face though, while a little bit of that sideshow was happening. But play now continues. Here's Polly. Trimboli misjudges the header, and Blojeka will pick up this loose ball. Muller gets to it first, just ahead of Visser. Margush clears quickly, and Chidazzini plays it to Mollis. Hamish Gout. He sensed Cato quickly advancing. Blojeka finds Satira. Now it's Visser. Plays it to Vizzy. Looked up for a second, thinking to cross, but plays it back to Blojeka. Takes the short option in Satira. Vizzy again. Gow just struggling to get it out of that little corner a bit, but Gow tries to open up a little bit of space for himself. And it goes back to Barr. And that's a clumsy ball that falls very kindly to Oscar Slattery. He's got Oliver Trimboli on his left. Brilliant work though by Jackson Fortunato to win that. Mollis. Chidazzini. Back to Fortunato. Just watching this back line from MetroStars, a back three. Vizzy very advanced on their left-hand side, and Andre Carl goes to ground. The whistle goes. Bomberport was the culprit. And that duel continues. Just back to the previous point, that apparent back three for MetroStars. Again, I mentioned how steady their lineup and formation was last year under Danny Greystone, and even to start this season, to be fair. In recent weeks though, with all the injuries, looking like Adam Van Dommel just forced to change the approach a little bit. Styles V2 players in red. Trimboli comes to assist. And Styles can find Klimek. He feeds it back as Sincera with a little bit of a slip. Perhaps a little bit more slippery at TK Shutter than we're used to seeing. Cato finds Trimboli centrally. And Lukasz Klimek just struggles to keep that in, and it goes out. A MetroStars goal kick. Jostra retrieves the ball just in front of those Polish flags. Round 22, of course, last one of the year, a grand final rematch, an occasion to get the flags out. You'd think Andre Carl. There's Freddie Muller hot on his heels. Chidazzini's there to assist. Visser's waiting for it in the middle. Here's Mollis. Vizzy. Not quite sure if it was a shot from long range or just trying to feed it into a vaguely dangerous area, but looks like it must have taken a deflection somewhere along the line because it'll be a MetroStars corner. Hamish Gow will be the man to take. Quick check around the grounds. Scores still as they were last check. Adelaide City leading FKB grade away 1-0 and in that premiership spot at the moment. Clinic, they got their headed to it first. And they bang it out to safety. Vizzy goes back to Ostrike. It's Polly that gets the headed to it first, and it'll be a MetroStars throwing. Cato presents the hunt down. Jackson Fortunato. Here's Luca Trimboli to put some pressure on Ostrike. Visser taps it off his left foot. And Martinello eventually goes to the ground and wins the free kick for Croydon. .35 minutes gone now on one LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Report gets the head. Mikal in that occasion. Pollitt turns it over to Fortunato. Now Gow with a little bit of space. Thought about giving it to Satira in the middle. Eventually pinpoints Visser through some traffic. Just a touch on that formation for MetroStars. A little bit more. Something that I do find really fascinating. Again, the three at the back. Chidazzini at right back. Really pushing high now though. You got Carl as a 9 and Satira sort of as a bit of a shadow striker. Mollis and Gow as the anchors. As for Croydon, maybe we'll visit that shortly. Here's Visser. Looking for Carl, who controls it well off his chest. Little flick and forces Margush to react quickly, which of course he does. One of the standout keepers so far this year is Daniel Margush. Seen a little bit of chatter online saying that maybe he's been a little bit hard done by it. Not being considered for a few more saves of the week. I'll let you be the judge of that at home. Conversation, of course, is one of the things that makes our game great. You can check out his highlight reel if you want in on that. Blazeka runs and wants it. Here's a loose ball that Chidazzini will rush to. Carl with a header. And Margush decides to add another contender to his highlight reel. Chidazzini puts it back in. And MetroStars get off the line. There's some argument happening at the moment as Daniel Margush storms towards Jaden Betterman. But the goal will stand. Looks like somebody's name is going into the book. MetroStars lead. And we get back underway. So we mentioned not a huge amount of genuine opportunities for MetroStars, but eventually they get the job done. Army Mollis left that, but James Polly was right there. Polly enters it. And we just heard over the PA at TK Shuttle Reserve, it was Jackson Fortunato that found the back of the net for MetroStars. We were talking about a couple of quick thinking saves from Daniel March Gush just in the lead up to it, but too much opportunity for MetroStars. They could eventually convert. And as it stands at the minute, Stars sit in second spot on the ladder. Of course, due to West Torrens Bacala currently tied up with Adelaide United Youth. Actually, I'll correct myself there, because they aren't tied up, still in third spot. Live ladder still reflecting that West Torrens Bacala and Adelaide United Youth are on level terms, which keeps Berks that 1 point ahead. If Berks don't manage to pick up any points tonight, and that's what will give MetroStars a path to get into second. But as it stands at the moment, with Metro in third and Croydon FC in sixth, these teams will meet again a week from now, and given the recent history, part two is something that we wouldn't mind seeing. Gow spills it to Martinello, and Fortunato bombs it out of immediate danger. And Daniel Margush will get play back underway quickly via Bonmaport to Freddie Muller. Spots Martinello with a beautiful first touch to evade Harvey Mollis, who comes in now to assist, but ends up being a bit of a miscommunication between him and Fortunato. Here's Slattery. Another apparent miscommunication there, because looked like he was looking for Polly, but eventually goes out. It will be a goal kick the way of MetroStars. We mentioned before, Jackson Fortunato credited at least to the ground with that goal. It'll be his first of the NPL season. Muller clears. Slattery misjudges the bounce a little bit and goes back to Fortunato, the goal scorer. Fortunato sends it long. Bonmaport's the one that gets a touch off his shin, and Andre Carl goes to ground just next to that plate. Klimek bangs it forward, but spills to Blajeka. Here's Satira. He's got a little bit of space to work with. Vizzy on his left. Carl's in the middle, and ends up a bit of a vague ball that James Polly ends up scrambling a little bit to put out for a very advanced throw-in for MetroStars. 42 minutes gone. Again, no goal updates to give you since last check. And right as that happened, we've seen a goal from Adelaide Comet. So they now lead Para Hills 2-0. Although that won't help them get out of the relegation zone. They'll go down to the HPG Homes State League 1 for the first time, having never been relegated from top tier in South Australia since they've made it up. Mollis finds Gow. Slip to Andre Carl. He's got Bonmaport to get past. Here's Chittadini. Sends it central, but Daniel Margush is waiting. Seems we've just had a bulk refresh, because look at another 3 more goals to report. I'll give you the latest. Campbelltown now leads Sturt Lions 3-0. Playford lead West Adelaide 2-1, and all tied up between Berks and Adelaide United Youth 1-1. So it looks like all those updates have come through at once. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that ladder as it stands at the moment. Of course, Adelaide City in top spot. If things stay as they are, they will become the 2026 RAA NPLSA premiers. Means they'll also get to go straight to through to the two-legged semi-finals, as will the team that ends up in second, which is currently West Torrens Bacalla. Trimboli. I see John was floating around in a very dangerous position, but ends up going out for a Croydon goal kick. What can Croydon do to respond very late in this half as we approach 45? It'll be Adam Martinello to take. Ned Stiles was just coming in to be a bit short option, but he's just gone a little bit more central now. Trimboli with a cutting run in. Eventually it's one of the Metro players to get their head to it first. And now they come on the bounce. Visser. Stiles does beautifully well to cut that off of Visser. And it goes all the way back to Margush. Satira just a little bit too slow, and Bomberpaw managed to win it. That's a bit of an unfortunate collision for Hamish Gow, who goes over the foot of Lucas Klimek. Here's Passia John. Eventually it's put out. It'll be another corner. One minute into additional time now. Stiles will be the man for the job for Croydon for the right-hand corners. Fortunato goes up, wins the header, and Thomas Visser is there to collect. He'll go for a run here. Yuya Kato judges it well and wins it as Croydon now go forward. And there goes the whistle. Half-time at TK Shuttle Reserve sees MetroStars in front thanks to that goal after a little bit of a scrappy moment in front. That was credit to Jackson Fortunato. And just to touch on the other results quickly, Adelaide City still leading FK Beergrad away, and West Torrens Bacalla still tied up with Adelaide United Youth. Before we go to a little bit of a break, 5AA Football 5s is not too far away. If you're looking for a way to stay fit during summer, get into it. 20-minute halves, unlimited subs, so it's great for all fitness levels. Smaller fields, smaller goals, perfect for friends, family, kids. Fast, fun football for everyone. So spend your Sunday nights, your summer nights under lights. Proudly powered by 5AA. Registrations are open right now. Visit the Football SA website. And the Football SA Variety Football Scholarships Program is also open at the moment. The program helps remove financial and social barriers to football participation. Jump on the Football South Australia website to find out more. Time for a break at TK Shuttle Reserve. We'll catch you shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, MetroStars like to welcome TK Shuttle Reserve, and also welcome good friends from Croydon for round 22 of National Premier Leagues. Also, ladies and gentlemen, like MetroStars like to thank the following sponsors for their kind generosity in the 2026 season. including landscape supplies, Foodland, Beyond Bank Australia, TML Transport, Belgravia Apparel, Railway North Range Campbelltown, Shutterbox Print, Curb Tech, Tony and Marks, Transformer Orthotic Care, and Bianca Hire. Thank you to our sponsors.
First touches, first goals, first big moments. This is where football comes back to being football. Fast, technical, unpredictable, and always fun. Football Fives is built for players who still love the game, but play it their way. More touches, more movement, more moments that actually matter. Whether you're fitness, chasing wins, or just chasing that feeling of playing again, this is where your game fits. Different divisions, different levels, one shared love of football. Football Fives, football that works around life, not the other way around.
Introducing Carl's Jr. Star Boxes for taste and value that's out of this world. Choose a tasty ranch, original, Santa Fe or barbecue double cheeseburger and grab a small fries, all for only $6.95. Carl's Jr. Eat like you mean it.
I just want to make an impact.
Hop in.
Where are we going?
There are so many career paths with SAPOL, from operations to CSI. You could walk the beat or work somewhere a little quieter. If you want to make a difference, there's a career at SAPOL for you.
Hey, it's going to be all right.
Call up the search.
Find where you belong in blue. Search SAPOL Careers.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Hits it, and what a hit it is, and that makes it 4-1. Ivanic unleashes with his left. goal, he struck it to the far side. An Olympic have broken the deadlock.
Middlestone Park, threads it through, so Taylor's there, he's got a first chance at it, blocked, second chance at it, great stop there by Oxenham, it's broken to Molas. And that's a fine goal to open the scoring for RD Molas. Now, just outside the box, faces Van der Hout, he's on his left, swings a shot in, oh that's a cracker! Asia John scores a banger.
An injury on the weekend? Our walk-in sports injury clinic is open Saturdays and Sundays to support you. Located ground floor, Calvary Adelaide Hospital, Wakefield Sports and Exercise Medicine Clinic is keeping you moving.
I love refereeing because it's a challenge, you know, to go out to try and get the right decision, manage some of the egos or the personalities, knowing that you've got all these different types of people at play. And it's actually been a good life school as well. I started refereeing junior games on the Sunday. I was playing in senior football on the Saturday, so I felt like, you know, making some money. I think I was a decent player back then. You know, I could have stayed around and played senior football in NPL, but I decided to go refereeing, and I've got in the National League much quicker than if I was as a player. Probably wouldn't have made it as a player, to be honest. Just kind of never looked back and was happy to progress. But I think people should try refereeing. I think it's a great tool to realise, you know, how you can also contribute to part of the game. There's pathways. Definitely it can be a rewarding career.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
We are unbelievably proud to announce today a partnership with Variety, the children's charity, which will result in a scholarship fund for children within the state who are in need of help to participate in the game. The total amount of the fund is going to be $100,000, which is a significant amount, but it's going to support young children access football in the state.
One of the many trademarks that Variety has really is about inclusion and joy and community. And this scholarship partnership speaks to all of that. It allows children to be involved. It allows children from a community program to be involved across all communities. And above all, will provide them with a great sense of joy.
There'll be 3 tiers of scholarships. One of those is a participation scholarship up to $2,000. There will be 2 grants provided for pathway program players up to $5,000, and tier 3 will be an inclusion scholarship between $500 and $1,000 to support young kids under the age of 18 whose families need support to access the game. We think it's a really important project that we've been working on for a period of time. Variety are an amazing charity. They provide so much support to the local community. The partnership's been made, you know, with Variety and Football South Australia contributing equally to the fund to the tune of a total amount of $100,000. We think it's an exciting development for the game in the state, and it's with great pride that we announce that today.
This is where it starts. First touches. First goals. First big moments. Where confidence grows, where skills get sharper, where friends become teammates, and teammates become mates for life. Football Fives is fast, it's fun, and it's built for players who just want to play. More touches, more chances, more moments to try, learn, and go again. Here, every player is part of the game. Every pass matters. Every goal feels big. Whether you're starting out, building confidence, or just love being on the ball, Football Fives is your game. Football Fives. Play more, learn faster, love the game.
Still in the box, and it's another goal!
Welcome back for the second half at TK Shuttle Reserve. It's MetroStars against Croydon FC in round 22 of the RIA National Premier League South Australia. Croydon will kick off in a moment. The away side wearing the usual white over red, and they'll be kicking from the right to left of your screen. We'll go through the other games' current standings, current results in just a moment. Of course, they're all running concurrently, so they will just be getting back from half-time or close enough to it in just a moment. Doesn't look like there have been any changes at half-time for either side. Looks like we do have a quick little moment to go through the other scores. Adelaide City still leading FK Beergrade 1-0, which puts them at the top of the ladder. West Torrens Bacala all tied up with Adelaide United Youth. 1-1 currently. Playford City lead West Adelaide. Campbelltown lead Sturt Lions. Adelaide Comets lead Para Hills. And of course, MetroStars, thanks to that 36-minute goal from Fortunato, they lead their visitors Croydon FC. But as it stands at the moment, these two teams stay in their current ladder positions. They'll meet again in the round of the finals when we start the second half. With pace, Kato goes to Polly. Back to Muller. Spoke a fair bit in the first half about MetroStars formation, that back five with the centre backs of Blazeka, Bar, Fortunato, with wing backs of Vizzi and Cittadini. Making for a little bit of a different look for MetroStars, but for Croydon, they've got the usual back four of Klimek and Polliott on right and left respectively. Muller and Mapor at centre back. Got the two central midfielders in Martinello and Styles. Oscar Slattery on the left. We've got a little bit of movement between Kato, Passia-John and Luca Trimboli. Passia-John not strictly staying on the right-hand side today, rather sort of floating in and getting involved a little bit more centrally with both Kato and Trimboli. Of course, we got Luca Trimboli, one of the players on the bench for Croydon at the moment. Fortunato goes back to Ostrike. As I said, no changes made at half-time, but sitting on the bench for Croydon FC, Cameron O'Doherty, Angus Baker, Thomas Mastrantoni, Luca Trimboli, Alexander Good, backup keeper Matthew Woity. For MetroStars, Binyam Kabidi, Nicholas Petticini, Joseph Terminello, Scott Nagel, Donatia Niankuru and Vincent Barbaro all sit on the bench. As MetroStars get ready to take this free. Bart tried to find Vizzi on the left-hand side, but Lucas Klimek was waiting for it. Just want to touch up some other results from a little bit earlier today. In the Apex Steel WMPLSA, Campbelltown City got the win against Adelaide Comets. In the first round of finals, Salisbury Inter got a 2-1 win against West Torrens Bacala. Of course, West Adelaide are awaiting them already a little bit further advanced in the final series after locking up the Apex Steel WMPLSA Premiership. And of course, the HBG Home State League 1 finalised right around kick-off time of this particular game. And Adelaide Croatia Raiders have finished top with a late 1-0 winner against Adelaide Olympic, and hence they know they'll be back in the RAA NPLSA for the 2027 season. So went down and they come straight back up. Adelaide Olympic, if they want to come back up, they'll have to do so during the final series. Modbury Jets finishing in second. Olympic ended up in third, ahead of Fulham United in fourth. Adelaide Blue Eagles in fifth. Adelaide Atletico in sixth. Meanwhile, let's turn our attention back to the game happening in front of us. Here's Passia-John. He's got a bit of space as Vizzi chases him down. Styles finds Slattery as Polly cuts on the inside. Slattery likes the option of Trimboli in the middle. Lucas Klimek's there too. And the ball takes a deflection on the way out, and it will be a Croydon corner. Styles once again to do the duty from Croydon's attacking right-hand side. Sends it in off his left boot, falls just shy of that front post, and it goes out for another go at this corner. 15 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. A little bit of a deeper delivery this time, and Passia John goes up. Ball still in a dangerous area for Metros. Styles looks up, assesses his options, and ultimately puts it out for a Metro goal kick. Despite a frantic first 30 seconds or so, this game just seems to have slowed down a little bit before us. Off-strike goes long. Port tracking back as Satira won it. Mollis does well to put his body in front of that. Evades Adam Martinello too and finds Christian Satira, who goes through the legs of Bolmapore, but Harvey Mollis hadn't quite got there yet. Harvey Mollis made a beeline for the referee to plead his case, but Jaden Betterman shows the yellow card. Harvey Mollis goes into the book. We did see another yellow a little bit earlier. I believe that did go to Daniel Margush of Croydon, just following some protest. Fortunato plays it back to Ostrike just ahead of Passia John. Vizzy finds Carl in the middle. Satira's there. Trying to play it through the legs of Martinello, who pulls a bit of a breakdancing move to put that out. Bojek up to Bar. Across to Fortunato. Eddie Ostrike shows his fancy footwork just ahead of Yuya Kato as Croydon continue to press high. This up, slips it to Satira. He finds Vizzy. Can't get past Lukasz Klimek. Perhaps looking a little bit unfamiliar so high up the pitch. Sam Vizzy. Passia John finds Trimboli. Klimek. As Trimboli plays it back to Martinello. Martinello just covering for Lukasz Klimek. Right back at the moment, as he tends to do. Martinelli's versatility really useful in both covering Klimek when he comes forward and also Bomber-Paul when he makes his runs centrally for Croydon. They've got that ability to rotate. You mentioned as this first half came back with Passia John playing a little bit more centrally. At the moment he's just beside Oliver Trivoli, sorry. Nice ball to find Styles. Cody Ostrike comes out to thump that out. Here's Mullard. To Maport. Klimek finds Passia John. Now he's in a slightly wider position. He's spilling it to Lucky Bar. He's Arby Mollis. Andre Carl thought he may have been on there for a second before he spotted Daniel Margush having that space covered. Styles being pursued by his former teammate, who ends up committing the foul. Laporte, a nice ball straight through the guts that went to Trimboli. Only spills momentarily to Metro before giving it back. Croydon just looking a little bit more in control at the moment. Flag goes up, offside. All our other 5 games back underway again. And of course, we'll keep you up to date when there's any changes in those. Here's Slattery. Nice ball to get past Fortunato, but covered by Cittadini. All right, we have got a couple of goal updates for you. Adelaide Comets seems to have got a couple of quick ones against Para Hills, and they now lead them 5-0. Sturt Lions have got one back against Campbelltown, and they currently trail 3-1. No change at Playford City, Kilburn, sorry, where Playford City currently lead 2-1, and West Torrens Bacalla still locked up with Adelaide United Youth. Again, that West Torrens Bacalla and Adelaide United game is the one that Metro will be watching very, very closely, because if Adelaide United do get ahead, and should MetroStars get a win, then that'll leave the door open to slip into second spot on the ladder. Satira controls it just ahead of Martinello. And Vizza finds Vizzy. Footwork a little bit more effective this time. Gow comes on the overlap. Vizzy still in possession though. Here's Blajaka. Plays it back to Lockie Bar. Strike clears and it goes out for a Croydon ball. Blajeka just failed to control that one and has to track back. Oliver Trimboli just trying to give a little bit of pressure to Cody Ostrike. As we said before, Croydon just seem to be a little bit more in control at the moment. Laporte. Muller. And goes all the way to Cody Ostrike again. Bit of a dangerous ball. It just glances across Oliver Trimboli. Now it's MetroStars on the attack. Cittadini should get to it first. Finds Satira in the middle. Just failed to get a touch on that. Perhaps was trying to leave it. Now Croydon have a chance to respond, and that one just goes beyond Oliver Trimboli and will fall to Cody Ostrike. 59 minutes on the clock at the moment. Doesn't seem to be any bench movement below us just yet for either side. Cittadini finds Mollis. Does well to find Carl. Vizzy's there. Tried to send it central to Satira, who was just advancing in the 18-yard box, and it goes out. It'll be MetroStars corner. We mentioned Croydon in control for the most part over the last 15 minutes. Maybe giving MetroStars a little bit of a sniff here. We saw that first goal come as a result of a bit of a scramble and right in front of goal. Perhaps what Metro will be hoping to create again. RB Mollis will deliver it with his right boot. Chooses to play it low to Satira. Cittadini. Trimboli judged his run very well as Visser sends it in from distance, but won't trouble Daniel Margush, who sends it long. I wanted to send it into the path of Yuya Kato, but maybe just a little bit too much on it. And Metro are back in possession and maybe starting to wrestle back a little bit more control at this point. Looks like a couple of changes potentially preparing. Binyam Kabidi seems to be in a bit of a hurry to get back to the bench, so maybe that's a change coming up. And the ball will go out for a throw-in. Croydon's long-time captain, Lukas Klimek, to take. Slattery gets to it first, but Satira does well to fight and win it back. Now it's a loose ball that Visser will get to. He's got Cittadini as an inside option, and he'll get to this first and send it goalward, but Margush is there. Passia John sends it long, and it's Klimek. A little bit off balance when he launches that, but not a terrible attempt. It was on his heels, and Cody Ostrich will just watch that land on the top netting. After a little bit of maybe a sluggish first 10 minutes or so, the game seems to have just started to lift a little bit again, and we're going to see a double change for MetroStars. Binyam Kabidi will come on, as will Joseph Terminello. Making way will be Andre Carl and Lockie Barb. Binyam Kabidi will be the straight number 9 swap for Andre Carl, and Terminello will assist as a centre back. It'll be interesting for Lockie Barr to be coming off. We mentioned just MetroStars looking a little bit different to what they did for the start of the year and most of last year's run. A 60-minute change to the centre back pairing, maybe a little bit surprising by those standards. Here's Binyam Kabidi. Satira. And eventually it's Bomapur that's able to clear. A very swift chance after coming on Binyam Kabidi. Now here's the other sub getting involved, Terminello. Plays it back to Fortunato, who seems to have gone central to take the position of Barr. Here's Satira. Mollis plays it back to Terminello. Ostrich finds Visser. To Vissi. Now Visser may get to this first just ahead of Freddie Muller. Controls it off his left. Just trying to open up a little bit of space and shoots, but Muller does well to get a foot in front. Still kept in though. Binyam Kabidi trying to now give himself a little bit of room. Hamish Gow on the edge of the 18-yard box. Under a little bit of pressure and decides to go for a run. Centres it, and Polly clears. Now Croydon have a chance to swiftly respond. Slattery going on a run. Just trying to make sure he stays onside. Trimboli. And ends up going low and straight out for a MetroStars goal kick. Gow finds Blazeka. Satira tried to feed it to Kabidi, but Paul was in the way. Harvey Mollis lets Paul slip by, but Visser's there to pick it up. Visser seems to be playing with a little bit of confidence. Has a number 10 tonight. Chittadini feeds it to Chitta. Now it's back to Visser. Blazek up to Vizzy. It's been Yamkabidi. Tried to centre it to Satira, just waiting at that near post. It is kept in though, and eventually goes out for a MetroStars throw-in. So the rotation for Metro seems to have been Visser just a little bit more central than he was a little bit earlier on. He's still, I guess, on the right-hand side of that attacking triangle, but has moved a little bit more centrally than he was in that first half. Binyam Kabidi maybe covering more of that left-hand side of attack just to assist Vizzy, who's maybe a little bit less comfortable, so advanced. Whistle goes. His free will go the way of MetroStars. Interestingly, no movement on the bench for Croydon as of yet in the 66th minute. Another score up to 8 to give you Adelaide City shoring up their position. They currently lead FK Beergrad at Beergrad 2-0. So one hand on the premiership title and that Australian championship spot. Here's Satira. Visser. He's got Chittadini on the overlap, just cutting inside now. Finds him, centres it, and Freddie Muller does well. Gets in front of it. The ball goes out for a goal kick. Anyway, gosh, she's sprinting to retrieve that quickly. Change might possibly be coming now for Croydon. Passia John just got called. He hasn't been called off, he's just been asked to change position. So Luca Trimboli has come on for Oscar Slattery. And Passia John has just been beckoned to come onto the right-hand side. So Yu Kato's moved to the left to fill that position left by Slattery. And Passia John playing a bit more centrally, coming onto the right-hand side now. One high by Metro, Chittadini to Satira. Just failed to control it quickly and he was covered between Klimek and Maport. Here's Trimboli. Kato now on the left. Oliver Trimboli centres it, but Hamish Gow covers it. It will be a Croydon corner. Martinello will do the job from the left-hand side of attack for Croydon. It's a bit of a lob, and it was Klimek that ended up getting a touch of it at the back. Martinelli tried to centre it off his head. Bobbling around in a little bit of a precarious position now for Metro as Kato gets past Gow and plays it into the chest of Cody Ostrike, who looked to play on quickly. The speed of Thomas Visser, although that bounce a little bit unkind. Vizzy is there. Kabidi coming to assist, and a shot from Vizzy. Harvey Mollis tried to chip at the way of Kabidi. Perhaps an opportunity missed for Metro. Laporte. Pass here, John. Gets ahead but turns it over to Terminello. Finds Vizzy in space. He seems to have had a bit of it this half. Unable to produce anything from it as of yet, though. Cuts it back to Blazeka. Terminello to Cittadini. Returns it. Pass here, John. Just keeping the pressure on Noel Blazeka. He seemed to be a little bit scrambled in trying to play that out, and Bomberpaul was there, but clumsily commits the foul. Vizzy plays it into the leg of an airborne Lucas Klimek. Oliver Trimboli to Yuya Kato. In some space which Joseph Terminello is working to cut off. Does well to get a stride in front and indeed launches the cross. Klimek keeps it in danger, and a shot from Adam Martinello that just floats wide. So chances at both ends in the last 5 minutes or so. As the 72nd minute ticks over on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard. Another change for MetroStars. It's going to be Donny Niankuru. That will come on for Thomas Visser. Visser seemed to be finding a little bit of momentum, but the fresh legs of Niankuru maybe the sort of thing that can cause a little bit of pain for Croydon, especially with those balls that are coming over the cross, across. This has got plenty of pace, but maybe give Donny Niankuru the slight edge in a short distance race, I think. No change at FK Beergrad, where Adelaide City still lead 2-0 away. And no change also at Jack Smith Park, where West Torrens Bacala are still tied up with Adelaide United. Thumped out to safety by Michael Cittadini. Flag goes up and the whistle goes. Offside, it will be a Metro ball. So the way things are looking at the moment, we may be back here next week for the first round of finals. Metro against Croydon. Be slightly unfamiliar territory with Metro not getting straight through the semis due to finishing outside of the top two. Again, that's if things stay exactly as they are. Laporte to Muller, who plays it long. Like he just wanted to clear the immediate danger. So Adelaide City, top of the ladder as we speak. West Torrens Bacala, second spot. MetroStars in third. Playford City in fourth. FK Beergrad, fifth. Croydon FC in sixth. Adelaide United Youth would love to get a goal against West Torrens Bacala to put pressure on Croydon and potentially steal that last final spot from them. Campbelltown, despite leading against Cert Lions, will not be able to do it. Satira finds Vizzy. The MetroStars bench has erupted. Michael Cittadini's on the ground at the opposite end of the pitch. Referee Jaden Betterman has a yellow card to show the way of Balmaport. Actually missed the challenge while I was looking at the live ladder, but both benches have plenty to say about what they saw. Play will resume after Jaden Betterman gets the name in the book. Last round of the RAA NPLSA, the last 15 minutes of the regular season for the RAA National Premier League South Australia. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Another yellow card, and this one will go to Adam Martinello. Jaden Betterman keen to get play back underway. And it'll be Terminello to do so. Strike bangs it forward. Here's where we might see that pace from Donny Niankuru, but he won't get a chance to use it there as he'll go out for a throw-in. Mollis. The touch. High ball from Cittadini. Satira wants to pluck it from Balmaport, but it may be Vizzy to win it high. Hamish Gow slides in and sends Passia John for a run, but it's Lucas Klimek that's able to get a loose ball under control. Terminello comes in to dispossess Oliver Trimboli. Had Arby Mollis for a little bit of help. Binyam Kabidi a little bit light on the touch and gives it to Klimek. Passia John outsmarts Blazeka. Sends it goalward, but over the crossbar. Will be a goal kick. And Croydon let that chance to equalise go by. Jaden Betterman's turned his attention to a player who's down. Looks like Arby Mollis possibly. You may get have a better view of his number from the angle you're watching at home. I believe it is Arby Mollis. If you can see a 21 on his back at home, then I can confirm it. It is Mollis on the back of his head. Looks like he'll be fine to continue, which means Cody Osterreich's juggling practice will have to come to an end. Referee just hurrying him along as MetroStars players push up. Binyam Kabidi goes up for it, but it's Muller that gets his head to it. Satira at full stretch fighting and eventually does get a touch to it. Niankuru mentioned his pace a couple of times already, but it's the smarts of Daniel Margush that win on that occasion. Here's Cittadini. Niankuru returns it. Here's Niankuru, but Muller has that space covered and goes out for a MetroStars corner. Time's ticking for Croydon FC to get their equaliser. 10 minutes is plenty enough to do it, but the window slowly closing. Goal from MetroStars could be enough to seal it. But back to Grand Final Day 2025. Goals from each side after 90 minutes as the It's cleared. Terminelli went up and eventually went to ground. Margush was in the mix as well, and eventually he goes out for a MetroStars throw-in. A little bit of movement on the bench, the MetroStars bench at the moment. Nicholas Petticini looks to be getting ready to come on. Oliver Trimboli with a bit of a challenging ball for Ned Styles to get to. The other Trimboli plays it back to Styles, and he was hurried and a little bit of a clumsy ball in the end. He's looking at Oliver Trimboli through, but only spills it. Mollis being hunted down by Ned Styles, but manages to get the ball off. Here's Niankuru. Ended up just dribbling it into traffic, and Croydon win the ball back. Passage on. Vizzy comes in to win it. And Metro will play it out from the back. One high, but only momentarily. Kabidi touches it down to Satira. Niankuru trying to use all his pace to get to that, but just a little bit too far off it. Now here's Kato. Been talking about him a little bit less since he's gone onto that left side, although he has had a couple of good involvements really deep on that left-hand side. Just thinking back now, he has beat his marker on a couple of occasions there, so I'm going to readjust what I just said. Muller. Styles just trying to keep Hamish Gow at bay, and eventually goes out for a MetroStars throw-in. Still 1-1 at Jack Smith Park, so West Torrens Bacala hold on to second spot. Still 2-0 at Frank Mitchell. Adelaide City holding the advantage over FK Beergrad, so they still are in first spot. The premiership position for the 2026 RAA NPLSA. Blazeka gets the better of Martinello. But it's Styles that does brilliantly well against Binyam Kabidi. They spill it back to Metro though, Croydon. Blazeka sends Kabidi in pursuit of that. Goes central to Mollis, who has a shot. Ends up floating into the hands of Daniel Margush. Mr. Polonia, Lucas Klimek goes back to one of the other leaders of the group, Daniel Margush. Harvey Mollis finds himself in the right place at the right time. Vizzy, good slide in from Ned Styles. He's been displaying an enormous work rate tonight. Binyam Kabidi managed to get the touch to avoid Polmapore, and bravely Daniel Margush comes out to claim that. We're seeing all the experience on display from Daniel Margush tonight, showing while he's one of the leading goalkeepers in this RAA and PLSA competition. Just 2 clean sheets this year. 28 appearances with Western Sydney Wanderers alongside his 7 A-League appearances for Adelaide United. Had a stint with Perth Glory, but didn't have any appearances for them in the end. Just 28 years of age. Was the goalkeeper in the Team of the Year last year. Alongside quite a MetroStars stacked Team of the Year. I imagine this year it's probably going to be a little bit more dispersed, given the league's generally been a lot more even. Lucas Klimek weighing up his options as the bench starts to find a little bit of volume just below me. Here's Kato. There's Vizzy chasing him. Vizzy in a little bit of unfamiliar territory now on the right-hand side for MetroStars. Cittadini's now gone to the left. Styles gets a touch. And now we're going to see Croydon go to the bench. Alexander Good will be coming on for them. And it's going to be a double for MetroStars. Nicholas Petticini will come on alongside Scott Nagel. It's going to be Christian Satira that will be calling it a night. And Samuel Vizzy. We've had Vizzy on the commentary side for this second half. We've seen quite a work rate from him as well. Plenty of pats on the back from the MetroStars bench, and rightly so. Nagel has slipped into that left position. Here's Donnie Nkuru looking to break through. Will he have a shot? Tried to send it central. He goes down. There's a shout. And Jada Betterman has pointed to the spot. Protest from Daniel Margush, who gets shown the yard. Won't make any difference. Donnie Nkuru still on the ground. Will this be the one to lock it up for MetroStars? To be completely honest, even if they do lock it up, it won't change the live ladder as it stands. But Croydon won't be wanting to leave the last 5 minutes or so up to chance, with Adelaide United currently level with West Torrens Bacalla. Actually, I can tell you, West Torrens Bacalla currently lead Adelaide United 2-1. So Croydon may be able to breathe easy. It'll be Hamish Gow. Gow v Margush. And Gow puts it into the back of the net for MetroStars in the 88th minute. And it looks like MetroStars will be taking this lead through to 90 minutes. Now, with that late goal at Jack Smith Park for West Torrens Bacalla, that won't change the ladder, which also favours Croydon FC because it helps them hold on to 6th spot. And that also means we're going to potentially be back here next week. Nonetheless, though, going into finals, you want to have as much confidence as you can possibly have, and the run into finals that Croydon will want to have, given their form in recent weeks, has been quite patchy. Still, though, Croydon seem to have the edge over MetroStars in big games, including that Australia Cup meeting a bit earlier in the year that knocked out Metro quite early in the piece for a team that are so used to playing on the Metro, on the big stage, the national stage. And of course, they've got that 2025 RAA NPLSA Grand Final victory to their name as well. And that'll remain in the history books, something that MetroStars cannot reverse. Although Metro will certainly be going after that elusive championship title in the final series, as will Croydon as they look to make it back-to-back. Styles to Martinello. Good. Klimek had Nagel at his back. And now MetroStars should break. Kabidi. Chitta. Nkuru central. And he slips the ball through to Nagel. Hasn't got a lot of options centrally. And ends up finding the feet of James Polly. And we're beyond 90 now. Apologies, we've only just updated the scoreboard, but it is 2-0 the way of MetroStars after Hamish Gout converted that pen. And the MetroStars golden boy will be called action to take this corner as well. Can't tell you Adelaide City have just netted a third, so ball floats in and Daniel Margush can comfortably claim it. Luca Trimboli. He has good central, who tapped it long and straight away reacts with a little bit of frustration with his effort there. A strike to Mollis, to Terminello. Back to Mollis now. Base covered by Adam Martinello. Muller plays it across to Bulmaport. 92 minutes in and Croydon at this point probably resigned to the fact that they'll finish their season with a loss. All the way back to Margush. So we mentioned before, at this point, it shouldn't affect their berth into the finals. But the form going into it a little bit concerning. With a loss today, it'll be the second on the trot. And 5 weeks since their last victory, which was that 4-1 against Adelaide Comets at LJ Hooker Myland Sports Park. So a little bit of a work to do going into the finals. But we know Croydon don't mind being the underdogs, and we know they've still got that 2025 grand final victory against MetroStars. Fortunato just trying to energise his team late. Nagel under some pressure from Passia John, and who was there ready to pick his pocket, but Hamish Gout manages to feed the ball to Nian Kuru. Croydon win it back though. Kato goes to Styles. Finds his captain in Lukas Klimek. Here's Martinello. Passia John. Binyan Kamidi comes in strongly and gets some applause from his bench. Scott Nagel wanted to take that throw in quickly, but referee's whistle goes and it'll be a Croydon ball. Captain himself will take it as we tick over the 94th minute mark. Klimek sends it in. Here's Martinello. Finds Passia John. That's Luca Trimboli. Bounces off. But it's cleared to safety as Jaden Betterman raises the hand. The whistle goes. And I guess both teams, particularly Croydon, breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. What we'll do, we'll stay with you just until the other games are finalised. Of course, Croydon sit in 6th position on the ladder at the moment. And now they can breathe easy because the final whistle has blown at Jack Smith Park. It's full time at Sturt Lions, Campbelltown getting the win 3-1. Full time at Kilburn Sportsplex, Playford City getting the 2-1 win away. Full time at Jack Smith Park, West Torrens getting the win against Adelaide United Youth 2-1, which means West Torrens Bacala secured second spot going into this. And of course, full time at Frank Mitchell Park, where Adelaide City has defeated FK Beergrad 3-0 to claim the 2026 RAA NPLSA Premiership and their spot in the Australian Championship as well. We've got one game still going, and that's the number 11 versus number 12. A game where both relegated teams are fighting with the pride on the line. Looks like Comets will persevere in that one. Para Hills did get 2 back with 10 men, mind you. The Comets currently leading 5-2, which will likely be the final score as we're past 90 on that one as well. But number 3 and number 6, both teams end the round as they began it, and we're going to see round 2 next week. Knockout in the finals between these two teams, so the stakes are going to be higher. Things just a little bit more tense, and it's quite a close game on this occasion, and just going to be amplified next week as the winner will march on to try achieve that finals title for Metro to claim what eludes them, and for Croydon FC to make it back-to-back. Well, we look forward to it, but for now, time to say goodbye. For round 22 of the RAA National Premier League South Australia, it's been Simon keeping you company, and we'll catch you next time.
Good.
Looking forward to getting inside.